Happy Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm not sure what day it is. Welcome back to the channel. I am Aziza, aka Gourmet Pens, and we're going to be looking at a very special pen today. And this is not a review, and the reason it's not a review is because this pen is like long discontinued and they're stupid expensive now, and so I just want to share it with you as an interesting pen and not as a review. So let's take a look. Some of you may recognize it already. This is the Classic Pens LB5. This is the Midorigi finish. It's the green pen. And it is like they were made in or released in like 2012, but it was a collaboration between Classic Pens with Andy Lambrou and Sailor. They're slightly longer than a King of Pen Prophet or 1911, you know, the round end one. So it's a special pen. It's hard to get because they were only limited to 50 pieces per color. There were 5 colors, I believe. And so this is just one of them. And it's just an interesting pen. So if we look at the pen, it's huge. And when I bought this, I was still kind of in the exploration phase of my fountain pen journey. And I was like, oh, I can use any size pen. And I can, but in terms of getting the best value out of my pens and wanting to reduce my collection, it's just not a pen that I need anymore, you know? So the opportunity came up to rehome it, and I could use the cash. So I just figured, you know what? Now's a good time to rehome this pen. So let's just, okay, you don't care. Enough of my chit chat. It's a large pen. It's made of diffusion bonded acrylic, which is apparently really like strong material. It's not supposed to be easy to damage. It's a shiny pen with gold trim. It's a very interesting material. Sorry, my focus is locked wrong. There we go. Very interesting material. And let me just see if I put this light on. This will help see. There we go. Just to show you the material a little bit better. It's green with, it's almost like a planetary type thing, like with the rings. It's really interesting. Love it or hate it, I don't know. I like it. I think it's very pretty, but it's time to go. It's time to move on. Gold trim, it says Sailor LB5 Midorigi, and then the number out of 50. And it is a Sailor cartridge converter, so it's funny because this is one of the pens that has the Sailor Nagahara cross point, and the cross point is a 2-stack with a like architect type grind on it. One of the unappealing things is that it has a black section. If it had a color match section, it would be much cooler, but here we are. So I'm not gonna, okay, I'm trying a new tripod. It's a lot taller than my last one, so I can't really, I don't like it. So I'm gonna show you the nib when we do the side view a little bit, okay? But anyway, as I said, this is not a review because it's just not a pen that you could just go out and buy. I just want to share it with you because it's interesting, and mostly it's interesting because it's an attractive pen. It's like a flagship from Sailor with the King of Pen, combined with an interesting material, combined with an interesting nib. So let's do some writing. The funny thing is that it's the Sailor cartridge converter system, when clearly the nib is very, very juicy. So I don't know, it's kind of funny. Wait, I don't like this tripod. I don't like it. I don't like how I have it set up. But anyway, it's super, super smooth. Like, not over polished smooth, but super pleasant. Very, very enjoyable to write with. No pressure needed. Like, it's this is just free weight. It's such a nice nib. And then I'm just gonna do, it's a sailor, Nagahara. Cross point. Now, I have been criticized for not using the nib in the right way. Like, come on, seriously? Use the nib that makes, in the way that makes you happy, and that's the right way. The ink is Waterman Harmonious Green. So it's silly. So here's how wet it is. Like, it's wet. This is Tomoe River paper. It's a wet writer. It's just the way it is. It's wet. And the idea of the nib, like, so the interesting thing about the nib is that on the downstrokes, it's like a double broad. And on the side strokes, it's like a quadruple broad, I guess. And I mean, you can also hold it higher, and then you get a nice fine nib. It has a lot of potential. It's a very versatile nib, whether you want to use it that way or not. You can reverse write. It is a bit sharp because of the shape of the nib, but you can do it. It can be done. It's kind of like an architect shape, like a Hebrew grind. So for like Arabic type writing and stuff, it works really well. It just works really well. So that's some Arabic. And if we were to do some English, I actually really like this for hand lettering. So it seemed kind of grotesque to have such an expensive pen just for having fun with it. But I guess not, because that's the point of pens. But let me just switch over to here. So like, I would just have fun with it. So like, I would just do stuff like this. 7. It's beautiful for showing off inks, obviously. It's like having a folded nib, just with its own ink reservoir. A lot of fun. I will miss it, but the person who this is going to this is meant for them. So that's perfectly fine. It's kind of like, it's sad, but I'm trying really hard to let go of pens that I'm keeping just because they're pretty or because they're unique or, valuable. But I'm like, I'm a user. I'm not a collector, and it's just time to go. So I just have fun with it, and I'll certainly miss it for that. But there's so many amazing new nib wizards out there. Monty Winfeld, Gina at Custom Nib Studio. I mean, we have Ralph from Regalia Writing Labs. Like, he kind of started it all. I do believe Tokyo Station Pens is making stacked nibs and unusual nibs. So Pen Sloth for sure. He does some crazy stuff. So there are other options out there now, and I would actually rather have like one of those nibs to put on a pen that is more comfortable for me, that's just not as special, I guess. Like, special in terms of the pen. I could put it on whenever I want. So it's a lot of fun, and I think it's a lovely, beautiful pen, and certainly I will miss it, but it's like, I'm ready to let it go. So it's well made. I have never had any problems with it. Like, with the closure is just super smooth. Like, it's really nice. But yeah, so let's do the side angle where we can look at the nib in inappropriate detail, and the body and the material, and we will come back. Okay, bye. I hope this was fun. I hope you just enjoyed the video, and you know, whether you like crazy ridiculous pens or not, I just hope it was fun for you. So if you would like to, just like chime in down below, let me know what you think. Like, is the LB5 something that appeals to you? Is it just grotesque? Has it always just been grotesque? Like, is it the nib for you? Is it the material? Like, I'm just curious what others think, and if you did enjoy, I would be much obliged if you would like and subscribe, and if you want to share, that's cool. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all a lovely week. Stay inky, have fun. Check out the new shop, Gourmet Pens shop, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye! Bye! Oh, can't even pose badly with this pen. Look at this. Just a majestic, beautiful thing. Bye, pen.